The fire is warm. You can see it from here. You can hear the laughter, the cracking wood, the low hum of voices that know each other's names. But you are not sitting there. You are sitting just outside the circle, close enough to feel the heat, far enough that no one notices you. It is 50,000 years ago. And what you are feeling right now, it is not sadness. It is your body screaming at you to fix this, fast, because out here, in the dark, things are watching. And yet somehow the lonely people existed. In every tribe, in every era, across every continent. They were always there. But here's the strange part. Some of them changed everything. Picture the world 60,000 years ago. You are living in a band of about 45 people, maybe 60 on a good season. This is your entire universe. There is no village down the road, no city over the hill, no strangers you can start over with. These 45 people are your food supply, your protection, your medicine, your identity. You wake up together, you hunt together, you sleep within arm's reach of each other every single night. Distance from the group is not loneliness, it is danger. The predators that hunt your camp, the cave lions, the spotted hyenas, the things that move at the edge of firelight, they are not waiting for the group. They are waiting for the one who wanders. In this world, belonging is not a comfort. It is a survival mechanism. As essential as water, as non-negotiable as breathing. Now imagine someone in your tribe who doesn't quite fit. Maybe they are too aggressive. Maybe they grieve too long after a loss. Maybe they are strange and quiet in a way that makes people uncomfortable. The tribe notices. Tribes always notice. They are not cruel about it, not always. But they pull back, slowly, the way people do. Less food shared, fewer conversations, less eye contact around the fire. The signal is clear. Unmistakable, ancient. You are drifting toward the edge. So what happened next? In 2003, neuroscientist Naomi Eisenberger at UCLA ran an experiment that shook the field of social psychology. She put participants in a brain scanner. Then she had them play a simple digital ball-tossing game with two other players. Then, mid-game, the other players stopped throwing them the ball. Just cut them out. Silently. For no reason. The brain scans showed something extraordinary. The region that activated in the excluded players? It was the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, the same region that processes physical pain. Being left out of a game, a simple game, with strangers that meant nothing registered in the brain identically to being punched. Your brain does not distinguish between a broken bone and a broken social bond. It processes both as a threat to your survival. Because for most of human history, they were the same thing. But here's what makes this even more fascinating. Eisenberger's team went further. They tested what happened when social pain was chronic. When the exclusion wasn't a 10-minute game but days, weeks, ongoing, the cortisol levels rose, the immune system weakened, sleep deteriorated, the body began to behave as if it were under physical attack, because it believed it was. Your body right now is running the same ancient software. The loneliness you feel is not weakness. It is not sensitivity. It is your nervous system doing exactly what it evolved to do. It is sounding the alarm. Get back to the fire. Get back to the group. Or you will not survive. The pain is the point. The pain was always the point. But here is where the story gets complicated. Not all of the lonely ones drifted away and died in the dark. Some of them did something else entirely. The Kungsan people of the Kalahari Desert, one of the oldest continuous cultures on Earth, have a role in their society called the Nom Kasao, the healer, the one who carries the fire. And anthropologists who studied the Kungsan for decades, researchers like Richard Lee and Megan Beasley, noticed something striking about who became the healer. It was almost never the most socially central person in the tribe. It was the ones who had spent time at the edges. the ones who had known silence, the ones who had wandered, the ones who had experienced the specific particular suffering of not quite belonging. That suffering became a kind of training. The edge of the tribe, the cold, frightening, lonely edge turned out to be where certain kinds of perception were forged. Can you feel that? The person who has never known exclusion never develops the antenna for it. They never learn to read the room the way the excluded person learns to read the room. Survival level accurately. The ones who were cast out or who hovered at the edges became the ones who could move between worlds, between tribes, between realities, between the ordinary and the sacred. They became the traders, the shamans, the ones who carried knowledge across distances that the tribe itself never crossed. The lonely ones became the connectors. Is that not the strangest beautiful thing? Now look at your own life. Think about the last time you felt that particular ache, the party you weren't invited to, the group chat that went quiet when you entered, the table that was somehow always full when you arrived. Your body responded the same way it would have responded 60,000 years ago. The cortisol, the scanning, the hypervigilance. You checked your phone obsessively not because you are addicted to your phone, because you are a primate scanning for signals of inclusion. The phone is just where those signals live now. You rehearsed conversations in your head, replayed moments, tried to identify what you did wrong. That is your ancient threat detection system running a diagnostic. Where did the bond break? How do I repair it? How do I get back to the fire? You still do every single thing your ancestors did, in the same order, with the same urgency. The setting changed. The nervous system did not. And here is what nobody tells you about the people who feel this most intensely, the ones for whom loneliness is a near constant companion. Research by John Cacioppo at the University of Chicago, a man who spent 30 years studying loneliness, found that chronically lonely people consistently scored higher on tests of social perception. They were better at reading faces, better at detecting subtle emotional shifts, better at sensing what others were feeling before those others had said a word. The alarm that rang the loudest made the antenna the most sensitive. They weren't broken, they were calibrated for something specific, something the group warm and comfortable around the fire never had to develop. So the next time the loneliness comes, and it will come, it comes for everyone. Remember what you are actually feeling. You are not feeling weakness. You are not feeling failure. You are not feeling proof that something is wrong with you. You are feeling 60,000 years of evolution doing its job. You are feeling the alarm that kept your ancestors alive long enough to become your ancestors. And if the alarm rings loudly in you, if you have spent long stretches at the edge of the fire, you are in ancient company. The healers were there. The traders were there. The ones who carried knowledge across continents were there. They were not the most comfortable people in the tribe. They were the most necessary. So were you.